What's up, guys? We are back with my lovely co-host Faye. Say hi to the people, Faye.
Hi, people.
Yeah. And we are back after a long break. You know, life be out here lifing, and sometimes we got to take a break. Sometimes we don't. You know, things happen. But we are back with Retrograde Infinitum. We are on episode 7. Episode 7. Wait, focus.
Your hands are blurry.
Yeah, I got the blurry mode. But yeah, you got hands. Show the people. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of this and that. You know, sometimes when people seem like they're interested in the things you do, like when I came back and Grant was like, "Great, you can start doing the show again." I was like, "Oh, people actually like this rambling of us."
I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I have a tendency not to listen to people. But anyway,
I think it's because they just really want to know what kind of conspiracy theories we're cooking up.
Hey, I mean, you had a couple though. Did you ever find out if you were right about those?
No, I have not, but I have a lot more.
Oh man, I can't wait to catch up. So I am the one who's behind. Faye is caught up. She can't hold water with a bucket, but hey.
Thanks.
So without further ado, let's get started into episode 7. This episode's going to be a little disclaimer. This episode might be a little rocky because we both listened to this episode right before we stopped recording. And for some reason, we didn't listen to it to re-record. So, but we got our notes.
Whoops.
We got our notes.
I got notes.
Yeah, so we're going to jump right into it. We start off, it's kind of a rush to the Rust and Thunder Club. There's a rocket launcher in the back of Rhonda. Can't forget that because you never know when things gonna pop off. Rodger's bed is ready to go. Rodger's band is ready to go. Noka is there for some reason. Like, apparently she's there. Rodger goes to talk to the dealer, and Noka steps in front. Noka gives Rodger a warning about playing on Dan's turf. It's kind of like a warning, like, hey, I know what you're doing. You're on Dan's turf, so be careful. And Rodger acts like he's kind of oblivious to what she's talking about. But I mean, it's Rodger, so he might be oblivious.
Nah, he's seriously just playing along. He knows.
The dealer makes the crew seems like he's never met an Awoken before. Yeah, that was weird. Because when he met Kat, he was just like, "What are you?" It was like your soul's trapped inside of this body. Like, what are you doing? And so it just seemed like the dealer never met an Awoken, and I thought that was real strange because they're living in a futuristic world, and these cybernetic people they're very common, and for the dealer to be like, Cat.
Maybe I don't think the Awoken go to the area where the dealer's club is, because none of them are ever like when Grant's giving the description, he never describes anybody like that. Everybody in the club is an elf except for our crew.
There is so I mean, from what I remember back then, there was like this virus that happened. So anybody with cyberware or cybernetics got infected and turned into like some kind of zombie. What if the Awoken were more susceptible to that? So maybe that's why they stay away. Who knows?
I think, I don't know if that's what it is. I think that they Awoken, I think they woke up before or after all that happened.
Okay. Sapphire talks to Noka. She's here on a job from Dan. Sapphire actually goes to get the information from her. Just kind of have a little conversation with her instead of fighting with her like Rodger does. Then we kind of get a little. Does Noka like Rodger? Is there kind of like they just need to have sex and bang it out?
There's something there. We got some sexual tension going on.
Oh man, you could feel it. Cut that with a butter knife. Rodger's band gets ready to start playing. Rodger finds out that he is opening for Noka's band. He is pissed.
Hold on. He's pissed. I was pissed. What are you talking about? This dealer sat there and said that he's never had anybody play there. Rodger goes there, gets this special gig, and all of a sudden he finds out now he's opening for her band? Nah.
I mean, I the precedence for Noka being a better pop star, better musician,
rock star,
musician, rock star, whatever, being a better rock star than Rodger hasn't been set for real. I haven't got the vibe that Noka's better or worse than Rodger. So for the dealer to just be like, I'm gonna make her the leading show, kind of was like, why?
Kind of makes me wonder if maybe she paid him.
I mean, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. The dealer looked up. Apparently, the dealer looked up Noka's band and then brought them in. So he just did a what do they call it? This was a Spoogle. Spoogle. He did a quick Spoogle search and found Noka's band, and that's, man. I hope that Cody uses this for Rodger to be like, man, we need more publicity for our band out there. Like, we need to be number one for Spoogle out here. Because
he still needs to write more music, though.
I mean, nothing's wrong with the songs he got. A great song takes time to cook.
He still needs to write more, though.
Cece, oh man, Cece is just not a good roller. Every time she tries to roll the dice, it's bad. I feel so sorry for Emily at this point, because everything she does is just kind of like a fumble, a glitch. Like, I wonder if they're using Roll20, which I know they are at this point. Because Roll20 always talks about them quantum rolls and how all the rolls are fair, but it just seems like Cece is just she's struggling.
I can't see what the algorithm is, and I don't know. I don't care if you're D&D Beyond. I don't care if you're Roll20. Show me the math.
Okay.
Why did I get a 1? Why did I get a 1?
Maybe it's karma. Maybe you deserve it.
Yeah.
Cece tries to read Noka and she gets a botch. She wasn't able to do that. They don't call it insight check in Cyberpunk. I forget what they call it, read person or something.
Human perception?
Human perception. I think that's it.
I don't know. I'm still learning this.
Yeah, you still, I mean, come on. They're on episode.
Yeah, but there are a lot of different types of roles that they can do.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going, what in the heck do all these things mean?
Cat just hanging out at the bar, having a good time. I'm not gonna say he's drinking anything, because because
he never mentions if he's drinking or not.
And then again, we went through that whole thing. Does Cat eat and stuff like that? Because he had that. Did he have that glove compartment of like bars or something?
He does have to eat. They all live off that mycelium, the mushroom stuff. So he does have to eat.
The show starts. For Rodger, his band starts performing. He starts doing pretty well, but it slowly started to go downhill. And how Grant did it was a series of rolls. I love stuff like this in like tabletops, where you have like a series of checks to like see if you pass this and pass that. It's so stressful, but then it's so fun, because then you can depictate on how well you're doing stuff and how well you're doing. So I really love that in like stealth missions. It's like when you got to get to point A to point D, and then every like, ABC, like you're doing a roll to be like, okay, give me a series of rolls to see if you get there stealthily. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, like this one, he has to do like a performance and then a dancing and then playing his instrument. He has to do all different ones, and it's really interesting.
Yes. I love stuff like that. Grant, keep that coming. I like feeling the nervousness, the anxiety, all of it. The show starts going downhill a little bit, but I think he recovers a bit, and then but it's not the greatest show of all time, but it's a good show. Noka is up next. Rodger wants to leave, of course, because he doesn't want anything to do with Noka. He doesn't want to be there for the show. The dealer talks Rodger into staying because he's like, hey, we're friends, let's have a good time, blah blah blah. Sapphire gets Noka's band. This was good on her part. Sapphire gets Noka's band drunk, and then they end up playing like crap. And I love the underhandedness of like getting them drunk so they're not better than Rodger. Like that is some good thinking from a player and from a character standpoint. I love it.
But she still did really good with her dancing, so.
Yeah, I miss when was Sapphire dancing?
No, Noka. Noka's the only reason that their band did somewhat decent was because of her dancing.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Rodger band puts on a overall better show. So he won that little competition. The dealer ends up paying Rodger. The dealer ends up telling Rodger if he ever sells drugs in his area, he will definitely kill him and his friends and family. So don't do drugs. Don't sell drugs on the dealer's turf. We've learned that. Rodger almost forgot they were on a drop job. He was just having too much fun, playing his music and having fun.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the dealer actually suggested Noka lose her band and join Rodger's band instead.
Yeah, just merge bands. You know, just be a mega band. It makes me think of this one American Dad joke where Steve and some boys formed this group called B12, and then this other group forms another group called B13, and they're like, let's just add another boy. But yeah, Rodger of course is not going for that, and he's just strictly against that.
Yep. I don't blame him though. I wouldn't want to join either. It's my group.
Cece stays on task, and they go into the back room to get their cards read from the dealer. He is a bit of a card reader. I think it's like tarot cards. I don't think necessarily tarot cards, but tarot cards. And they go in the back to get a reading from the dealer, just to kind of spend some more time with him and get on his good sides. Cat is up first. He gets the dream card, something he can't remember. The dream card is about something he can't remember, and I'm suspecting, and I don't know if Faye knows already, but I'm suspecting that it's whatever he's been seeing. This kid. What was our theories then? Like last episode, I'm pretty sure it was last episode. We had like the dad's waiting to come home or something. Let's see if you can do this without spoilers.
If I can do, well, actually, we don't know anything. I will say that we don't know anything yet.
Okay.
And actually, I don't think we've seen the kid in the last episode.
Was it a woman or something?
No.
Or he said, "I'm waiting for you to come home."
Yeah, me and Mom are waiting for you to come home. So I'm wondering if maybe it's okay. You got the dream card. I'm wondering if it's other dimensions bleeding through. Like, maybe it's, I don't want to say a past life, but something of the sort. Or maybe it's actually just a possibility.
Yeah. Who knows? I am interested in that cat theory of like what Cat is doing and what he's forgot, because that whole like child that the awoken, because it's screaming iRobot to me. It's screaming, you can't trust these robots. They're gonna flip a switch one day and they're all gonna kill everybody.
But see, I don't think that, because you also have Tritus who is seeing the same thing. So I'm just wondering if I'm honestly starting to wonder if maybe it is just a virus.
It makes me think that it could be a virus, 100%, and that's why I'm still on the fence of like it could be flipping that switch and make them kill everybody. Order 66, all day. But it is screaming, like if they're all seeing the same thing, it's screaming hive mind to me, like some kind of hive mind, some kind of hive subconscious. And so somebody's going to be in control of this in the end.
I
You made
could
the
see
face.
that.
You made the face.
No. Okay, so you can leave this in or you can edit it out. We were talking about bands, and my husband decided he was going to message me about a new band name named Dimensional Tampons, and that's what I was like.
Okay.
Well, it's because we were talking about bleeding through, and then bands, and
Your husband rolled into frame, and it was just the biggest smirk on his face. Who knows? I might leave that in. I might not.
that's actually kind of funny, though.
Anyway, Sapphire is up.
Anyways,
The dealer drops his cards, and the dealer doesn't think it's good to pull her card. They end up talking a little bit, and he pulls her card anyway, and it's the mother's card. We find out that the mother's card is for a mother, of course, and it means catastrophe or something, world-ending events. He doesn't really go into because Sapphire immediately denies that she's a mother. She's like, well, that can never happen because I'm not a mom. Suspicious. We find out shortly after that the dealer is 723 years old. And God, I hate when DMs get this specific, because I'm like, what's significant about this number? What happened 723 years ago?
that is a big question. It's not one that I thought about, but now I'm going to. God dang it! You're adding fuel to the fire of the conspiracy. I've got to go buy some tinfoil, make a hat.
The answer to that question is he was born. I'm pretty sure that's what Grant would say, but I know. I know.
That's what I was gonna say, but at the same time, my brain went in the other direction of conspiracies.
Because again, it's like this world was created from the last world. So anyway, we find out that he is not from here. He is from one of the boats from when his planet was destroyed. So he is not from this, I don't think it's Earth or this, I forget where they are, but it's not Earth.
I think the whole planet is actually just called New City because,
New City.
Yeah, I think, at least I think. I'm not sure, do not hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Cool.
I can say this, while the dealer is a lovable character,
I love the dealer. Watch what you say next.
I love him, but I do not trust him.
He just wants to make friends and dance.
No. That part I do. I mean, I get that part, and I like that part. I'm not saying I do not like him, but he's survived not only his planet crashing, but a virus. I understand he has no technology. There's something about him that I just do not trust.
I trust that man with my heart. He just wants to dance naked.
You forgot that he put pants on while they're in this room together, by the way.
He wasn't dancing though.
No, but he had to put pants on to sit in his room.
Yeah, but when he starts dancing, those pants coming off. Anyway, Sapphire talks to the dealer about his siblings, and we find a little bit more information about them. The group presses the dealer to talk about one of his brothers. Faye says I'm wrong. I wrote that his brother was in jail for some reason, but you know, she's further than me, so she said something about a hermit.
I don't remember. No, that's the one that anyways, I don't remember the jail part. So, it has been a little while since we've listened to this one. So
we have the archivist, the dealer,
yes,
and the hermit.
Yes.
Okay, so we know the aliases of the three brothers. Stop making the faces.
Yes, we know the aliases.
Did the dealer give us his real name?
No, he calls him Hermie, and that's the one that's like in my notes. I have it in my notes that this is where we learn that the brother that they're gonna go see next is the Hermit.
Okay.
Hermie. And he's in the quarantine zone. That's where I was wondering if maybe you got the jail thing and I got it confused. I don't know.
The dealer talks about how he could do magic before, and now he can't. And this made me think of what you said originally, which him being from the one of those dream worlds from Thorum.
The simulations.
Yeah, because so I was like, oh, maybe he's from that world. But I mean, they did magic in the last camp.
Hold. Yes, they did magic in the last campaign. Maybe it's not that they're from the simulation. Maybe they're in another simulation. Because think about it. In Thorum's simulation, it was a simulation in a simulation in a simulation.
I mean, yeah.
There was a club one.
I will say
there was a club one with where the dealer would be. Think about that.
And then they had, I actually was, Grant, don't sue me. I was actually writing a space campaign, and some of the worlds were some of the simulations that they went to, and I was like, I'm gonna use the world where they had to dance to impress somebody. So
see,
yeah, I can totally see
right
that.
There is where the dealer came from. Okay, this is my thinking. That's where the dealer is from. Then you have the planet where there was magic, which was in the first campaign in the simulation, which was the very last one. With the dragon.
You're saying that the dealer is from that simulation. That
simulation specifically, and there's no magic.
Have you met the other brother yet?
No.
Okay.
No, we have not met any of the other brothers yet.
That actually makes sense that Grant would pull from different worlds of the simulation and then put people in there. That actually makes sense. I like that, Faye. I like that.
See? And this is where my brain has been for the past however long you've left me hanging for making these, and I could not say anything.
That actually, man, I like that. God. Grant, come on, you gotta throw us, man. Grant, I'm calling you out here. I know we're behind, and we're gonna try to catch up, but we gotta have you on an episode, and then you just sit in the background and go and just make faces if we're right or wrong. Anyway, oh, man, now you got me thinking. Now I gotta go back and listen to all the simulation episodes.
It makes me wonder if, okay, so when Thorum comes out of the simulation, did something else happen to come out with him, which is what caused all of this?
I think...
Because remember, they brought Dern out. They brought Captain Dern out, put him in the ship.
Yeah.
Maybe these other brothers are from one of the simulations or multiple simulations.
Yeah.
And maybe they're technically related to Thorum in a way. Who knows? But I'm still thinking that they're from some parts of the simulation.
Before I say my next point, I want to say this. One way to piss me off, and I will be mad, like I will probably, like, I don't want to say this, but one way to piss me off is to, and have me want to stop listening to Retrograde, is if all this is a dream or all this is another simulation. And well, it depends on how long it lasts. Like if we're on episode 50 and then the group wakes up and it was like, it's a simulation, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm like, oh, so all that was for nothing?
How many? I think we're on like episode 14 now.
Yeah, 14.
I'm having a look. Is it 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. In one, it's either episode 14 or episode 13. Grant actually said he kind of figured this campaign would already be over.
Really?
Yes.
He didn't think this campaign. The last campaign was like 115 episodes.
This one wasn't supposed to be this long. So who knows where it's gonna go.
You know, originally One Piece wasn't supposed to be that long.
Oh God! But here we go on this.
Here we are. Anyway, let's stay on track here.
Anyways,
Dylan talks about how he can do magic. there's a ton of information in this episode. I know we're probably gonna miss a bit of it because of it's been a while, but Grant drops a ton of lore. I love the lore. It's a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but I love the lore. We find out that the dealer is a straight shooter. Noka already asked him about the keys in his brother. She kept it professional. She came up. She's doing the job. She's like, "Hey, I need to know this information." The dealer told her. That's
Instead
how
of trying to befriend him like Rodger did.
that's how he does his business. The dealer will give up the info they need if they pay him or do a job for him. So at this point, the dealer's like, "What is this? Like, are you guys trying to hang out with me or trying to get information from me? Because if you're trying to get information from me, then you should have said that from the beginning." And this is where we find out that the dealer was kind of heartbroken that Rodger wasn't really trying to be his friend. And then Rodger was like, "Yeah, I mean, it started like that, but we bonded."
I was mad at Rodger for doing that, but at the same time, he was trying to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. But at the same time, I was sitting there feeling really sad because I'm like, oh no, Rodger really did want to be his friend because he did like him. And yeah.
Yeah.
But I get where the dealer's coming from. Like I said, while I do not trust him, I still like him. The dealer give up the information. The dealer wants them to kill this other dealer on their block named Todd. He will throw Noka off the trail if they do that. So you do him a favor, he'll do you a favor. That's where we doubly find out that you don't want to sell drugs on the dealer's block. Just wait.
He is a vicious animal.
Yes, he is.
The group agrees to the terms and they head out, but Sapphire hangs back. And she goes back in to talk to the dealer. And we find out that Sapphire's mother. She has children. By who? I mean, just how do I cut off your video feed? If it's not Callus,
I don't know.
If it's not Callus, I'm gonna be upset. These needs to be Callus babies. and
it's only one.
Oh, I thought the prophecy was two.
The prophecy is two.
Oh. Okay.
But
they better belong to Callus. I mean, she would have probably been more torn up about Callus. I mean, she was pretty sad about Callus.
Do you think that now?
Anyway, again, I hate when you know more information.
He hates me being in the know, and he doesn't.
Cause your bucket got holes in it, Faye. Noka warns Rodger again for the final time. She's like, "Hey, don't get in Dan's way. Don't be get out of Dan's way, because he will kill you." And it was kind of like, I felt like she was like, "I care for you, Rodger, and I don't want to see you dead because I haven't hit that yet. So stay out of Dan's way."
Noka's thinking with the thing between her legs. She don't care about Rodger.
I like in your notes, she said, Noka keeps threatening Rodger. And I'm like, she warns Rodger.
No, she's threatening him. She threatened him.
Well, I think she cares for him, so she was just trying to hey, get you out the way so you don't die. But that is where the episode ends.
So, do you remember enough to give it a rating?
Oh yeah, definitely. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and it's a bit foggy for me, but I do remember a lot from this episode, and I thoroughly enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the skill checks. I enjoyed the lore dropping. I love the dealer as a character. It's gonna be weird to say this because I'm not good at describing, like, I say this, but I'm a DM. I'm not good at describing things or like comparing people, but he gives me so many like stepbrother vibes. Like, but I will.
I'm trying not to make the joke.
I'm definitely gonna give this episode 8 out of 10. What about you? How much do you remember from this episode?
This is where a bunch of my conspiracies started adding up. Well, not really adding up, but I started getting more conspiracies. So piling up, there we go. And I am going to say that I give this one probably a 7.5, but it's just because there's a lot of lore, but there's also a lot more that I need.
What else did you I mean, this was a good episode.
No, it was an amazing. They're all good episodes. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
This
That
was
one
amazing.
episode.
Wait, which one?
I don't remember. I was just being an ass.
No, this one. Okay, I'll bump it up to an 8, but it's mostly because I'm sitting here going, "This is part of that simulation. They're gonna wake up."
Man, if they wake
I'm
up,
sorry.
I'm gonna be pissed. Don't do it to me, Grant. Do not do it to me, Grant. I'm gonna.
I'm betting you they're gonna wake up at the end, and
Because that's not the answer. I mean, they're gods. Why would they put anyway? So and then I wonder, with Tyrell being gone, if they do wake up. I mean, Tyrell's deaf. I mean, like, what are they gonna do about that?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, if he's needed, which I mean, I think he is, Grant will just play him the way that I guess, but or he'll just
Kind of
probably
like how they play Insanity Damage when Jonathan left.
Man.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Now I was about to go into the power word fail of when Tyrell that was like, God, I forgot what it's like. Guess Ravenel just doesn't exist anymore. But anyway,
No, he still does. He still does.
Okay.
But anyways,
yeah, not getting into that.
I'll give it an 8 just for you,
Okay.
but it's a 7.5 for me because of the fact that
Okay.
I need my red string. I need more red string. I should have changed the background to the board.
Okay, but there we have it. We're gonna be catching up. We might try to release 2 episodes a week. We might do 1 episode a week. It depends on how often we can link up and record these episodes. So be prepared.
Yeah, because somebody's not used to the whole third shift life.
It's not that bad. I mean, I'll be up gaming anyway. Just be prepared for some more updates. They might come 2 times a week or 3 times a week, depending on if how we can schedule them. But we're gonna catch up. We're gonna have some more theories out there. We're gonna be back with some more Retrograde Infinitum. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for checking out the episode. If you got any questions, you got any theories, leave them in the comments below. Join the Homebrew Discord. Shout us out. Shout the Homebrew crew out. Everybody is amazing in there, and yeah.
Love to hear all the theories.
They love to hear all the theories. I love to hear all the theories. Faye loves to hear all the theories. Just come in and talk to everybody. Have a great time. Grant, come on the show. I don't want to say show because it makes it sound too official. But come on into the review and just make faces in the background whenever we throw out a theory. But yeah, thanks for checking out. This has been episode what, Faye?
7.
Episode 7 of Retrograde Infinitum. Thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. Bye.